Hi, welcome back. This is Sports on Live on Joy Prime. My name is Fentio Tahiri Fentio. The show is proudly brought to you by Kivo Gary, 4-in-1 Mix, Johnny Walker, Syntex Tank, and now joining us as sponsors, Winner Big. Okay, I can't do the show alone, and I can't do the show with just the beautiful women. So I've been forced to bring Sichofe Philip Achrim and Daniel Cranty onto the show. Guys, welcome to the show. I have to tolerate you.
I thought you were going to continue the show with your ladies. Continue.
I should do the show alone.
Continue. I thought you were going to ask them Champions League how far. You ask them Samartex, what happened? Then they ask them the other order, what's happening? That's it.
Sally, how are you?
I'm here inside.
You're good, huh?
Steez.
Are you okay?
Did you see his intro? He saw the...
Charlie.
Oh, but on the most serious note, women like our show. Women like our show.
Plenty.
The girls, the baby girls.
If you don't do the shoutouts right,
wait, what's happening?
he has to do the shoutouts.
What shoutout? We came with a list.
With a list.
Sisho.
So,
wait, hold on. What is on there?
Okay, thank you very much for the question.
That's what I was looking for. Okay, what's on there?
I love it.
See, the show has got massive fans.
Oh, yes.
Normally, we would do this at the end of the show, but this group of people, if I come at the start of the show.
You are about to do shout-outs at the beginning of my show.
Yeah.
Yes, very important.
Yeah, you have to get out of the way.
Okay.
So I walked into Inosu,
Uh-huh.
a bank there in Osu.
Yes.
Omni
Mention it on the bank.
Omni Basic Bank.
Thank you. Now you do.
So I enter the bank, no, they're like, oh, sports zone. Oh, game plan. I'm like, oh no, I'm not, my name is not sports zone. I said, oh, we know, why you the French trainer, the boys? They're like,
wait, these were women?
Women and men combined. They're always watching the show.
I see.
The names were playing, so I said, give me the roster.
Quick.
They wrote their names.
Oh, I said,
for shout-out.
give me the, no, I told them to give me the roster.
I hope they are watching.
Oh, they are watching.
Mention their names.
Gideon.
Now I respond.
Gideon Hudson.
Present.
Gideon, respond.
Helena Animal.
Respond.
Samuel Latte.
Yes, sir.
Prisla Apia.
Priscilla, are you there?
Regina Ansong.
Regina, are you there?
Ella Entry.
No, Ella my girl.
Gifty Siao.
Ow.
See, the leads are 1,
Gucci
2,
what?
3, 4,
Hey,
5.
say the last one.
5. Gifty Siao.
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 Yeah. Siao.
Gifty
So,
Siao.
massive shout outs to them.
Massive.
They are huge fans of the show.
Wow. To get shout-outs in the middle of the show, actually at the beginning of the show,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
Massive too.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
So
it,
thank
yeah.
you for watching.
The lovely comments.
Thank you for all for all the support, for everything that you do for us, and for all of you that watch us, make your time to watch us every single Monday night. We appreciate you a lot. And now, add Saturday mornings to it because Mr. Daniel Cranton has a brand new show on Saturdays. Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. But put up the flyer for me. I need to.
Charlie Fence.
No.
Wait, this one, he has to go. This one, he has to go. What's you, brother?
You just got another shout out.
Sicho mentioned the shoutouts finish. My mother sent me a message. She said, oh, ladies, watch your show. Mama, shout out.
Sweet mommy.
Mama, shout out.
Sweet mommy.
That's against mother. I love that woman.
Yeah,
Mrs. Grant, I love that woman. I love that one. Her favorite player is Rudiger.
Yeah.
When Rudiger was at Chelsea, every day Rudiger was annoying her. You know, she said, but yeah. Wait, has she? What's happening these days? Because like she's giving up. Because,
She's not a Chelsea fan.
oh,
She's a Tuchel fan. So the last 2 seasons she was with Bayern. But Tuchel has been sacked. So she's floating. She's waiting. Wherever Tuchel goes, she'll go. Oh, Charlie.
oh God.
Oh, Charlie.
And a belated happy birthday to Mr. Cranton. When was it? Last week?
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Mr. Cranton and Mrs. Cranton.
Happy birthday to you.
Another one.
Chai. This one, I forgot.
People do have.
Guys,
All the shout-outs.
guys, the people, they form a show. I don't understand this.
No, the season is over.
This one I'm begging.
Yeah, the season ends, boom.
over.
See, this one I'm begging. If he doesn't do it, he won't go home.
Baby girl.
Hey,
Baby girl.
Mrs.
Baby girl Selassie. My shoutouts.
That's right.
Don't step into the house. Shoutouts. I also watch the show.
His wife has sent him threatening message.
Oh, baby girl.
Baby girl, it was the last day. You deserve the shout out 10 times over.
You spoiled it.
Yeah.
You spoiled it.
Mrs. Ashrim, you spoiled it. I will, on that note, I will not check my phone.
That's the way to go. Charlie, let me put this one away.
If I check my phone right now, we will not finish this show. Because I know there are some people that are saying, what about me? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this, okay? This is Daniel Cranton's brand new show with
Solid.
Achu Tamaklo and Musbah Razak. And look at him. He's turned from assistant pastor, visiting pastor to lead pastor, which is also Zijo. Say something about that picture for me.
Oh, listen, man. The man is in charge. He's in control.
They say
Lupo is fully anointed.
They say Achu looks like the church treasurer.
Church treasurer, his political party is in power.
It is Saturday morning convention, 8 a.m. on this very channel, Joy Prime. If you missed the first edition, do make a date. This very Saturday, Daniel and the team looking ahead to the weekend action. It's amazing, amazing show. Down to earth, fun, lifestyle, everything in it, everything in one. Look at Ifya Express. I should give her shout outs.
Oh, Kochi.
Kochi.
Oh, Kochi too.
Kochi Julia.
Casino.
Ifya Express. Kochi Julia. If a Ifya Express gets a job and they fire her, I'll be the first to break the news. Okay, guys.
Great.
I'm going to do some Ghana Premier League now. I beg your pardon. Please forgive me, okay? Listen, if you want shout-outs as well, send me a message. I'll give you the shout-out, okay? The WhatsApp number is on the screen. Also, the hashtag is there as well, Sports Zone. Today, in fact, tonight, in fairness to our viewers, it's shout-outs.
They deserve it.
Yeah, it's shout-outs.
They deserve it.
We'll give you shout-outs for the whole evening. So send me all your shout-outs. You and your crew, where you watch us from, how long you've been watching us, your name, give me, I'll give you all shout-out. I'll dedicate like 30 minutes to giving shout-out. Champions League, we all knew they were going to win. So, Charlie, let's see, so we. But one we didn't know we were going to win, a Samartex from Samurai Boy. Amazing feat for these Timber Giants. And I don't know if any of you got a chance to read Achu's column on the club. It said the last remnants of Ghana's industrial era, where a lot of the clubs that were owned by these industries or these companies were doing really well. Samartex, man, I'm lost for words. And beyond even the money, there were also the things they did managerially. The coach they had, Nudin Ahmad, very experienced. The managers they had, like Edmond Aka or Paul Anya. But these guys are experienced campaigners in the Ghana Premier League. This is a very well-deserved win.
Yeah, it is a very well-deserved win. From the start of the league till this point, they've been the more consistent team. Shown a lot of quality and did it almost on the quiet. They were the team that was performed by nobody was making noise about them. People were distracted by the lack of form of Hearts and Kotoko and other big names, right? But they were going about their duty and going about it with some style. And you mentioned it right there. They have recruited right from the very top in terms of team management. They've got people who are experienced, who have worked with some of the biggest clubs in the country. And it's almost a mix of a group of football people in terms of administrative and players, people who are maybe not good enough for the elite clubs, but very good for the clubs that are trying to break into it. And almost all of them had a point to prove. So there was real hunger. I mean, Coach Nudin Ahmad is brilliant. He's talented. We saw him in his King Faisal team. It wasn't for the lack of his brilliance in coaching, but it was for the lack of quality in his team.
Of course.
But you could see the coaching. And for the fact that in that season with King Faisal, his team didn't have the squad that he deserved. Some players even in season would
He
travel.
nearly did the impossible.
Yeah, some players in season would even travel for Justify and come back. All of that distracting him. But now he goes to a club where there is stability.
Right.
They brought in players who had points to prove. I'm like Keke. Keke went to Kotoko from Karela. When he was leaving, he was a huge signing for Kotoko.
Yep.
He went to Kotoko, it was a disaster for him. But now he comes to Samartex and he has to prove that he is a good player and is good enough to perform at this level. And many, many players that he signed were like that. And boy, they've gone on to prove it together. They are Ghana Premier League champions. Well deserved.
Well deserved. Danny K, any word on Samartex?
It's a progress that has impressed me. Came from Division 1, 2 seasons ago. Last season with Arno Walker, they did really well in the Ghana Premier League, finished 10th. And then it's about dreaming it, putting it in a plan, and then working towards it. You don't finish 10th in your first season and automatically think you have the balls to go on and win the league the following season. But they really believed, and they've gone out and they've done a very good job, winning it with 2 games to spare against, and they were in a title race against seasoned campaigners, Ediana and Midiama, who are defending champions as it stands. Ediana, we all know their prowess in the Premier League. So when you have teams like that breathing down your neck, most inexperienced teams will crumble. But as you spoke about it, they recruited very well, hired very well, and they had guys in there who had the experience to be able to guide them to the finish line. So it's congrats to them, and can only go up from there.
I'm going to show you the full results from the Ghana Premier League weekend. Forget about all the other games. I'll show you the results and what they mean for the various teams. Okay, Hartlepool got a crucial 1-0 win on Friday. 2-0, I beg your pardon, on Friday against Nations. They needed that victory, and then they got it. So good for them as far as their battle for relegation is concerned. Now, Legon City's beating Bafakwatano has condemned Bafakwatano to relegation only a season after they came back, following a 16-year absence. You spend 16 years in the lower divisions, get promoted, and then immediately back down. That must be very disappointing, of course, unless they can win the FA Cup, which they will play against Sir Treman, I think on the 24th of June. Bechem United beat Ediana Stars as well in a Bono derby. Dreams FC, they beat Karela. Karela are lingering very dangerously in the relegation zone. I'll show you the table shortly. Now, Great Olympics unexpectedly went and got a 1-0 win against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. No one saw it coming. Another great win. Benai, you hate me. You just want to rush me to the table. Take me back to the results. Thank you. Accra Lions drawing 1-0 with Nsua Treman. Samartex winning against Gold Stars, confirming. And you know the funniest thing? In the last 3 games Samartex had played against Gold Stars, they had not won. And the last game they played against them, they lost 3-0.
Yeah.
You know.
Only Martin.
Yeah, and they got this win. Now, this is my favorite result of the weekend. Mediama Sporting Club 0, Heart of Lions 1. Now, Heart of Lions, look, credit to Bash. He's coming there and he's spinning the results. But let's look at the table now. Let's say, so the top is decided, 58 points. We have 2 games left. They have, as you can see, quite clearly a 9-point lead. So there's no catching them. And that's why Samartex are champions. Ediana Stars, 49, Mediama 49. Both of them lost this weekend.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. Both of them lost this weekend. Now, the rest of the top 10 picks itself. The bottom is where all the attention will be at going forward. Now, Heart of Lions' victory against Mediama, like I said, dramatic. Heart of Lions got a penalty in the 93rd minute when the game was 0-0. Heart of Lions missed the penalty in the 93rd minute and then got another penalty in the 103rd minute. 10 minutes later, and we played about 100.
There was a long stoppage during the first penalty, so.
So they got the win. Heart of Lions, nonetheless. They are not entirely safe just yet. Now, look at the rest of the teams. Hartlepool have to play 2 matches. Actually, you know what? Where's Karim? I sent him that relegation graphic. Give it to Benai. I want to see it. I showed the guy something. Okay. Very interesting. The remaining fixtures of all the 6 teams, as far as the relegation battle is concerned and how that will pan out. Great Olympics have to play against Hartlepool.
That's the next game, yeah. Cracker.
Now, the interesting thing about this game is that by the time Great Olympics play them against Hartlepool, they would have cleared their outstanding game against Dreams FC on Wednesday.
Yeah, midweek.
Now, if Great Olympics were to get the win and go up to 42 points and play Hartlepool in midweek, Hearts can't afford...
Over the weekend.
They can't afford anything but a win.
Yeah. Yes. And Olympics as well need to win. I mean, Olympics against Dreams FC, Dreams
Hartlepool are in dangerous position, are they not?
Yeah, in huge, huge trouble. And to make it worse, the final fixture of the season for them it's in Beijing.
Yep.
History tells us that they are not too good there. But listen, Hartlepool season, the way it's gone, they've gone about it. This is why they are struggling.
All right, guys.
There you see it.
Let's look at this now. Let's see. Now, the interesting thing is, RTU are bottom, but they're not mathematically relegated because they have 3 games left.
Yeah.
But for only have 2 games left. So technically, if RTU were to win their remaining 3 matches, they would go up to 40 points. And 40 points is what Karela have in the last safe position, which is position 15. Now, look at these 3 teams. I think we can all agree that RTU will go down alongside Bofokwa. The question is, who joins them? Sijo, who joins them?
Look, it's
now, Great Olympics have 3 games left.
Yeah, Olympics need to be very careful because I think that against Dreams FC, they could lose that game. They really could, even though they are playing at home. Then when they are away to Hartlepool, I mean, Hartlepool, I know they've not been playing well this season, but when they have to win to avoid relegation, it could be something else. And it is that derby. It's huge. So if Great Olympics are not careful, they could just be. And we speak about RTU being knocked out. But if RTU have got something to salvage, by the time they play against Olympics...
They won't, because they would have played Kotoko and Dreams.
That's what I'm saying. If they've got something, maybe they pick a point against Kotoko, who themselves
There's no chance. If they don't win all 3, if they drop even 1 point in the remaining 3, they're gone. That's why I said it's almost certain RTU would be gone.
Yeah, so, okay, so realistically, we know it's difficult. Mathematically, if they get anything before the game against Olympics, that is another hell of a game for us, all of us to enjoy. So.
I think Olympics would actually survive. I think
Karela will go down.
So who joins them?
That's where my mind is as well. And this is
against Samartex and Mediama.
Yeah, that's
Samartex.
very tough games.
Yeah,
Samartex have won the league.
Samartex have won the league. They are Samartex are going away to Karela. I think Karela would pick something from there if they need to avoid relegation.
If Karela pick 3 points and go up to 4-3, they'll survive.
Yeah. So I think Karela
Dreams
can beat
FC have
Samartex.
They have 2 games in hand.
Yes.
One against Olympics. I think if Dreams FC beat Olympics, that's it, yes.
Yeah, that's why I think Olympics are in trouble. Because of the Dreams game, I think they are not going to win. And it's hard to look against Olympics. It could go anywhere. I trust Karela to do a good job on Samartex at home.
Lions need to win just one of their remaining 2. Because if they go up to 44 points, they are safe.
I like the fact that Hearts is not in the graphic.
Us is not in the graphic.
Yeah, because
they're not in the bottom 6, but they're not safe.
No, we are Hartlepool. We are not going around.
So that's the wildest thing, okay? Hartlepool are not in the bottom 6, but they're not safe.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the table, the bottom side of the table, and I'll show you something. Because I think if you look at the team in 13th position, look at Hartlepool. The bottom side of the table, look at Hartlepool.
Yeah.
They are 41 points. So you see that Hearts of Lions are in the graphic, but Hartlepool are not, even though they have the same number of points. Yeah. So they are in exactly the same situation as Hearts of Lions.
They play Olympics and they play Bechem United, 2 games which on paper are very,
They have not won a game against Bechem in 9 years.
Yeah.
That's the first time for you.
Yeah. So the game they
and
need
they
to
have
win,
not beaten Olympics.
In a while, yeah.
Yeah.
I think in 2 or 3 seasons.
So the game they have to win, they really have to win is the game against Olympics.
Wow.
They don't want to leave the Bechem game to chance because historically it's not been a
That's
good
a
place for them.
6-point time. They beat Olympics 3 points ahead of your rivals.
Yeah.
And your rivals also technically dropped
you.
three
So
points.
that is the game. That is the
So
game.
it's a double win.
Yes,
Yeah.
double win.
That is the game against Olympics. And oh boy, what a game that would be.
What a game. This weekend, I'll be there.
Manchester Derby.
We will be there. That's interesting. That's wild. Okay, So that's the lowdown on the Ghana Premier League. Who is getting relegated? House of Folk for the first time in their history? I don't know. You tell me. It's not looking good for them, though. So that's that. It's really bad news for House of Folk as things stand. All right, cool. Guys, let's switch it up and talk World Cup qualifiers. The Black Stars have been training here for the past 4 days. They will plane to Mali, I think, on Tuesday. That's tomorrow, right? The game is on Thursday. So they have 2 days in Mali before the game on Thursday. So they will leave tomorrow or on Tuesday for Bamako and then continue training there. And then the game will be against Mali on Thursday at 7 p.m. We will have live commentary for you on 99.7 Joy FM. Karim, Daniel, they've been watching the team's training, and Karim has joined us to let us know what his possible 11 should look like and based on what. That's what he's been working on the whole day. Karim, welcome to the show. How are you, my friend?
Thank you. I'm so great, but I'm swerving you. I'm not doing possible 11.
You're not, what are you doing?
I've already done that last week. So
You already did that last week?
yes, the players I had in my first 11, the only three that are not in the squad are Baba Rahman, who obviously opted out, so it's not that he was left out. Then Iñaki Williams also injured, but he's having a good time.
Okay. So what are you doing?
So what I'm doing is I'm looking at players that should deserve sort of a shout. Their names should have been in the squad, looking at their performances this season and also credit they've given themselves over time. One of them is obviously Bernard Tepete.
Karim, no. Yeah, well, what have match to play? The people who are in the squad, let's talk about them. You are telling us about the ones who are not in there. Go on, it's your segment. Go on.
Yes, I already did that last week, so there's really no match.
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
Fair enough.
But I am here because you decided to give me a chance.
All right.
And I've taken the chance.
That's right. Have you taken the chance?
Yes.
Karimus!
This guy.
He has taken a chance.
Are you sure you've taken the chance?
Take the chance.
He has not taken it.
Take the chance. Forget everybody. Take the chance.
Go on. You've taken the chance. Quick. Go on.
So the last time I brought Bernard Tepete here and I spoke extensively about him with Sicho also making inputs. Then the season is over still. He's been at Ludogorets, that is in the Bulgarian league. He's won the league and he's won the cup in Bulgaria. But still, he's not gotten a shout for in the Black Stars since 2017, I think. And looking at his numbers this is just in the league. 30 games he has played. He scored 10 goals and provided 3 assists. Yeah. Looking at it, maybe who are you looking at the positions, the position he's playing in, who will he be competing against? I will compare him with someone like Usman Bukhari. Usman Bukhari obviously has also won the Serbian League and Cup. And he has also played 27 games and scored 7 goals. That is 3 below Bernard Tepete has done. And in terms of assists, Bernard Tepete has more as well. So in terms of minutes played, he has also done more. If you are just saying maybe the quality of the leagues, maybe the Serbian Super League might be high. But he's also played in the Champions League qualifiers and also in the Europa Conference League, and he's among the top assist providers in the Conference League. So obviously he will be thinking, what does he have to do to get a chance in the Black Stars?
I'm very surprised that you mentioned Osman Bukhari and maybe not someone like Kamaldeen Suleiman.
He has his goal, so you wait, let me finish.
Yeah.
So let me go to the next one. That is Michael Bedu.
Okay.
He plays for Elfsborg. That is in the That is in Sweden. And this is just his performance. They do their seasons in 2024. They don't do it 22, 23. They just do it the year we are in. So this season, that is the 2024 season in Sweden, he has played 12 games. And in those 12 games, he has scored 4 goals and provided 3 assists. That is almost the same as he has done in the regular season last season. 3, 4, and sort of 3 assists. And I'm comparing him to someone like Abu Francis.
He's a central midfielder.
He's a central midfielder. Michael Beidou is also a central midfielder, but more advanced than Michael Beidou. If you are looking at where Abu Francis can fit in, obviously it won't be the DM position. Looking at Thomas Partey and Edmond Ado, it means that he's playing one of those advanced midfield positions. So if you are looking at someone that can contribute more in terms of attack, then Abu Francis has not scored this season. Obviously himself, he has played 18 games, and that is averaging like sort of 57 or so minutes per 90, and Michael Beidou is in the 80s when it comes to minutes per game. So if you are looking at fitness, Abu Francis has been injured all season, but Michael Beidou played throughout last season and almost got his side to the league title this season. He's also started with a bang, helping his side. So fitness-wise, I think Abu Francis can't come to the level of Michael Beidou. Then the next one, I'll go to Lawrence Ofori. That is, he also plays for Moreirense, that is in the Portuguese league, and he's also played 31 games. That is like 20. I'm comparing him to someone like Salis Abdul Samad. He's also a defensive midfielder, sort of. So Salis has played like 27 games. If you are looking at minutes per game, Salis has played like 56, and Michael Beidou is around the 80s when it comes to minutes per games. Then in terms of interceptions, Lawrence Ofori is like averaging like 0.5 interceptions per game. That is on average one, sort of. If you are looking at the averages, that is more than Salis has done. Minutes per game, Salis has done less. Tackles won per game, Salis has done less than Michael Beidou. And in terms of duels won per 90, is Lawrence Ofori is in 3 every 90 minutes. Then the last one before the bonus is Benai, show me. Then this guy, I don't know what to say again. He's one of those guys.
Best in watching.
Yes. This season, this is the best season he has played since he joined Wolfsberger. In 26 games, he scored 9 goals. That is in the second, I think, in his team. And also, in terms of assists, that is the best. Big chances created. He's done the most for his team. So if I'm comparing him to someone like, he's sort of played most of the season as a winger. So if I'm comparing him to someone like Kamal Dean has played like 39 minutes per game. That is in like 22 or 23 games he has played this season. So match fitness, he can be compared to him. So it's World Cup qualifiers. The coaches might be saying something like he's new to the team, but if you don't try him, if he comes, he's not going to be a starter. So why don't you bring him in if there's more minutes he can get in sort of, I'm not saying comparing them to people they should be replaced with them, but obviously looking at the numbers, they would think they deserve some sort of a shout. Then the last one is Andre Ayew. So me, if you ask me, his exclusion now doesn't make sense from the squad, because when he was, different coaches do, but the form he was in, he wasn't even attached to a club. This time he signed for Le Havre. He hadn't played so much, and we sent him to the AFCON. Now that he's playing, in 12 games he has started, he scored 5 goals. And it's not, again, any mean teams scoring against PSG. Now we are playing World Cup qualifiers. You said you can't do try and error, but he's the most experienced among them. If he's coming, it's not compulsory that you have to start him. Maybe if the problem we have is how to use him, not because of his presence in the team. So maybe I think he's one of those who feel that he deserves some chance in this.
You know what I think you should do? You should do a not called up 11. A not called up 11.
Against
I
the
mean,
called up.
to be fair, this is as much as this can be viewed in a negative light, it's also a positive that we have so many other talented Ghanaian players with very decent performances in Europe that could easily have been named in this squad.
To be honest, I don't see it that way. I see it as the national team is beginning to be too closed. And we've had several opportunities of giving some of these players an opportunity of showing what they've got to do. We've got some friendly games where we could have invited them to play. There have been moments where some already established players have been off color that we could have trusted these boys to come and showcase. Augustine Boachi has been good for the last 2 years. Benatiquete has been good for the last 3 years. I mean, there are several other players who have played well. It's not about having a lot of quality out there. It's about, if we have a lot of quality out there and those who are in the team are showing a certain level of consistency, then that conversation can be had. With the greatest respect, Kamaldeen Sulemana shouldn't be around this team. He's not played football this season. He's a brilliant talent, but he's not had a great season. Niama is a batting talent, so we are giving him the chance. We love to see that. But there are other talents who are also batting who also deserve equal chance. So yeah, the positivity as we speak about it is that the quality is around. Yeah. But for me, it's not very positive if these qualities are not being given
the quality
it's not being given the fair look in to show what they have.
Is that where you're leaning towards as well?
No, I think Procedure makes a very good point, especially when you have players like Bernard Tekpete pulling the numbers that they are.
Yeah, go every 3 games.
Yeah. And it happens almost, you mentioned it's like
the same average as Michael Beto.
Yeah, it's been happening season after season after season. So again, what does he need to do to get in? And he just strikes me as one of those players that if he gets one call-up, one appearance...
He seems like a very serious footballer.
Yeah, that will be it. But that chance doesn't seem to come. And these are some of the questions that you need to ask the head coach, technical men, because...
Well, the ones that are in camp have been training. See visuals of them there. Daniel, you watched their very first training session. That game against Mali. What did you pick up about the kind of team that Otto might be fielding here? Our recent record against Mali is not great, obviously. And so there are many people that think that we don't have a chance in Bamako. I'm one of those that think that we will get a win in Bamako. What did you pick up in terms of a team and how he might line up over there and the kind of approach he might go with?
Friday was clearly
too early. Yeah,
it's too early. You don't expect a head coach to give too many clues away in a first open training session. But a few things I noticed was they were playing this, was it a 6-a-side, 5-a-side against each other? And what I noticed was that Brandon Thomas Asante really caught my eye in that first training session. He seemed really sharp. And it was his movement for me. Started in the middle, went on the wings, was demanding the ball, had a very good physical presence, was engaging the centre-backs. What I also noticed was that in those sessions, Jordan Ayew was also very central. He wasn't playing in the wide areas. You saw the likes of Kamaldeen, Niama and co being deployed in those wide areas. I don't know if that is something that will be carried into the game, but again, when you think about the fact that Iñaki Williams isn't in the squad, you would sort of understand why a player like Jordan, who can play in the various attacking positions, will be tried out in centre forward. But it's just good to have those options, and that's what we saw. And for me, the importance was how sharp the players looked, and you can understand it because it's just on the back of at the end of the season. They've been playing week in, week out, so they've come with that sharpness. Hopefully, it's not going to take the coaching a team too long to put across those instructions for the game against Mali. You've mentioned, look, Mali is a very difficult place to go to. Bamako is extremely difficult to play against. But after the training session, speaking to the players, you can what made me happy was the mindset. The mindset wasn't going to Bamako to get a result. The mindset was going to Bamako to win. That's what they wanted. They kept on talking about having the belief, going there, and they believed they could win. But obviously, you need to plan well if you're going to win. And I'm sure if the plan is good enough, Otuado has shown that he can go behind enemy lines and get a result. We saw what he did against Nigeria, and that in such a very short space of time. So with 6-7 days to prepare for this game, I don't see why with this quality of players we can't go there and get a result. Notwithstanding that, it's obviously going to be difficult.
Sicho, I mean, listen, our record against Mali is not great. The recent record against Mali is not great. In competitive matches, our record against them is actually very good. In World Cup qualifying, we beat them in 2009, obviously with a different team. I have to acknowledge that. But when it mattered, like in the AFCON 2012 group stages, we beat them. 2013, same team, we beat them. 2015, 2017, we beat them every single time we meet them, when we always lose in the third place playoff match when it's an AFCON. So we have shown, even with different teams, even if arguably those teams were better than the current one, but even with different teams, different generations, we still had Mali's number. Is this a team that is capable of going to Bamako and getting a result?
Yeah, it is a team that is capable of doing that. But recent performances have shown us that the team has not realized its potential capabilities. And that is why Ghana drew 2-2 against Mozambique. That is why Ghana is not beating Comoros. Because any team you put out there as a Black Stars team should have been good enough to beat Comoros. It didn't happen. Should have been good enough to hold a two-goal lead against Mozambique. It didn't happen. So it hasn't mattered what team Ghana puts out on the pitch. Recently, the team hasn't played well.
And what's on paper is a variance with the performance.
And over the two friendly games that Otto had played, I don't hold him too much to it because he was trying several things. He wanted to do other things. But again, the team wasn't winning. And that is the thing. It doesn't matter whether you want to try something or whether you want to play a serious game. Once the team is not winning, the whole year the team hasn't won. And you're looking at a Mali side that has now gone here, got massive quality in the way they play, and they play together for such a long time.
Good AFCON performance.
Yes, they play together for such a long time that it doesn't matter who is available or who is not available. So the name Ghana looks like they've got a number of Mali, but the two groups of teams in 2024, it looks like...
The content.
Yeah, the content of the team in 2024 now looks like we're going away to Mali, and Mali are looking like they are the favorites because performances hasn't been good recently. But Otto has got something here because Mali don't even know what to expect. Nobody really knows what kind of Black Stars team is going to turn up. Nobody really knows how Otto Addo's team in a second stint are going to play like. We can predict how Mali are going to play. We've seen them play for so long now. So you know how they are going to shape up. You know how they are going to play. You know how they are going to react. For the Black Stars now, not even Mali would know. And if that counts for anything, maybe the surprises with what Otto Addo would do with these group of players who I think are talented, are in some very good form. A lot of them are in good form. Coming into the games, should be able to go to Bamako and maybe stand Mali, and maybe not only stand them, but show that they really want to qualify to the World Cup by beating them to get their qualifiers back on track.
Because as things stand now, Comoros are the only team in Group I with maximum points. Comoros in a group with Mali, Ghana. Comoros are top of the group with 6 points out of 6. 2 matches, 2 wins. Ghana have 3 points. Mali have 4. They got 1 win and a draw. So, you know, and there are 8 more matches remaining in the qualifiers because there will be 10 games overall in this qualifying series. And the one that tops the table at the end of all the 10 matches is going to USA, Canada, or Mexico. The return leg of that match, the second World Cup qualifying match against Central African Republic will be in Kumasi on next Monday.
Yeah, next Monday.
Next Monday. So the game will end and we'll come back.
Right after the game.
Right after the match in Sports Zone. Because the match is 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Or by 9 p.m. The match is finished.
Quick.
I'll be here to show you things. I asked for you to send me messages so I can give you all shout-outs. And now I'm beginning to regret that decision. But I'm still gonna try. You send me. Listen, I'm gonna try. I told you, I'll dedicate time to it, okay? Aziz in Wa, big shout out to you. He says, I know, he says he's known as the Oracle in Wa. Wa Oracle. He says, I always don't read his messages. So now I have read it. Aziz, big shout out to you. And he said, if they beat Mali, I will support them again, the Black Stars. For now, they don't have your support. All right. I'm going through that. This is on WhatsApp. I go on Twitter as well. So you send me messages. Trust me, I'll dedicate a lot of time to reading messages. Next time, of course, is the Champions League. So we'll talk about it, but I'll read messages. Albert from Dustman says, you guys are really giving us good content. Forza, Barca, thank you, Albert. Big shout out to you, Albert. Big shout out to you as well. Dobara Mikhail in Wa. He says, thanks for always making our Monday nights a joyous one. From the pa to ta to quick. And we appreciate everything that you guys do. Greetings to the entire squad. Betsy Apia says, hello, Sports Zone. I've been watching your show. Please, I also need my shout out. Betsy Apia.
Take out.
Shout out to you. Give her a big tap. Betsy, thank you. This one says, good evening, Fentio, and my favorite panelists, especially Daniel. Did you know if Real Madrid decide to share our Champions League trophies among Barca's starting 11, there will still be more trophies left for Barca's president, the coach, the assistant coach, and one legend?
True.
Real Madrid. Amen. In Tamale. And he says, Hala Madrid. Big shouts to you, Amen. This one says, hi guys, this is Theo from Airport Residential Area. Keep the fire burning. I'm waiting for my shout out. Theo, take your shout out.
Take
That's right. This one says, Fen, big ups to the entire crew, Daniel, Sicho, and Sweet Karim, as well as yourself. Mike from Wow with that message, and he says, shouts to my lady, Anita Tungbani of Washaria. You are the best today, and so I pray you remain so till death do us part. My love for you knows no bounds. Let's continue building and dreaming and standing up to what we love doing. Mike, you have vibes. Yeah, you're a lucky woman. You're a lucky woman. All right, let me go through more shots here. This one says, good evening, Sports Zone. I'm Ayamba, watching you live from Nima 441. Yeah, the Nima guys, man. We love you guys.
Big shouts
we love
to
you.
nice Nima.
Yeah, big shouts to you. We love you guys. We love you. All right, this one says, yeah, I'd be grateful if you could help to promote this program for me. It's from the regional boxing coach, Doku Williams from Ashanti region. Doku sends us a graphic. Doku, let me... Okay, it's Osei Chrome Street Boxing 2024, Bantama edition. It's on... Oh, wait. Oh, Charlie, your graphic has no date. I want to mention the date. I want to promote that thing for you, free of charge.
It's like...
He just says, for sponsorship, call 0536594735. Osei Chrome Street Boxing. Today is free zone.
Bantama box. It will be you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So Osei Chrome Street Boxing, Bantama. We'll do it. Thank you. I've promoted it for you. So you see,
you buy the chop watch the don't eat the
won't sign up.
We'll do it for you. Godwin, I see from the Western region, precisely Amuni. Greetings to all teachers of Amuni DA Basic.
DA Basic.
Yeah, or is it Amuni? Something. Okay. It's Takradi, so it must be Amuni.
Amuni.
Because Amuni sounds very naughty.
You're there.
Yeah, keep up the good ways. He says, because I know Emuna. So Amuni. I'm using my brain. This was the Dortmund played well. Their only mistake was coming back to play the second half. After failing to score a goal in the first half, they should have run away. You guys are amazing. That's a message that's been sent to us from... Oh, you don't tell me your name. Send me a nice message like this. I'm really enjoying the show. You guys are amazing. All right, thank you very much for your message. You don't tell me your name, so... but no, yeah. Francis Ebina, watching live inside Sugakope, says, good evening to you guys all in the studio. I couldn't partake in last week's church service with Danny K and his junior pastors, but I will make sure I make it this weekend. Greetings to my family inside Sugakope in the Volta region. Big shouts to your family as well. And do make a date with Daniel Chu and Musbao on Saturday mornings, 8 a.m. on this very channel. Temperature inside Kibi says, we all deserve the shout-out song. That's right. So Temperature, take your shout-out. I always bribe my woman with something she likes most for us all to enjoy this program together. Or else, and I even have alarm set for this program. Danny has been the inspiration. I love that guy, wow, because that smile he puts on his face all the time, you know. He's been like that right from his former station. That is true. He's always laughing like a jackal.
Full fire every day.
This is Starboy. Starboy from La Paz says, Samartex really deserve to win the title, by the way. Please help me give shout out to my guy, Fabregas from La Paz. He's an addicted person, always listening and watching to you guys.
Fabregas.
Fabregas. Fabregas. All right, that's right. Let's move on. More shouts. Listen, I told you I'll give more shouts. Hi, Fen. I'm Karim Avoka, watching your show live inside Garu Patia in the upper east of Ghana. Madrid will win the Champions League again next season. Trust me. It's no news. It's no news. It's no news. If Chelsea win, it will be news. Madrid win.
But Chelsea's not playing Champions League next season. He said next season. Yeah, Chelsea's not playing Champions League.
You've forgotten.
They are not. It's hard.
Maybe they want smuggle Chelsea passport.
Abdul Latif, watching you live in Brooklyn, Madrid all the way. One thing I like about the show is that you see what you notice where the messages are coming from. If you plot them up, Sicho, you are the... That's right.
You go drop
Latif in Breku. This one says, hi, friend. I'm watching you here in Nandong, Upper West region. A very big shout to my beautiful wife, Fuseina. And her twin sister. So if his wife is Fuseina, what will the twin sister be called? I'll give somebody... No, hold on. If I'll give somebody 100 Ghana, the two of you.
Fuseina.
And... The twin Muslim. You didn't go to school with any twin Muslims.
No, Fusena. Then the other one is Fusena.
It's Fusenu.
Fusenu. What be boy name? Fuseni be boy name.
Let's do men. Men, the twins.
Fuseni and Fuseni.
Yeah, Fusoni and
Fuseni.
But the finish Ashimota.
But the woman.
We went to for
Yes, Fuseni and Fuseina. No, Fuseni.
Fusenu.
Oh, God.
Fusenu. Fuseni.
Mrs.
Fuseina.
I apologize for your son's behavior.
Fusena.
Hey, you two, you don't know.
I didn't know Hausa in school, so why am I supposed to?
It's not Hausa. It's very common. Like, if you, like, unless you don't know any Muslim twins.
Fusena too or something.
No.
Why all Muslim twins are named Fuseina?
No, they literally, like it's very common. They mostly name all of them like that.
Honestly, now, I don't know.
Really?
I'm thinking about a Muslim twin.
It's always like, so if it's male, it's always Fusaini and Al-Hassan.
So if it's female,
No, they actually do go together. And then for the women, is Fusaina and Asana.
I know I've heard Asana, but I don't know it's a twin.
This one you carry
This one, there's no way I will get.
The people have never heard before. Hey,
I've heard the names, but I have no knowledge about the fact that twins. One has Hassan, one has, I have no idea.
Oh, you didn't?
That is great.
No, you really took me off. Because I thought
Hassan and Fusaini like this.
Yeah.
I know a Hassan.
Yeah.
I know Fusainis.
Yes.
But I don't know that twin.
So if you have the two brothers like that, and they're called Al-Hassan and Fusaini, most likely they're not. They're twins.
I mean,
And if you have Fusaina and Asana,
Twin name here.
Benedict,
he has to rhyme.
Yeah.
Daniela.
Fake.
Something.
Wow. All right, so big shout. He said, I love you so much, my interior minister. Currently watching the show with hair, Sports Zone, the best. Inusa, co-ACHS, Nandom, Inusa has sparked a debate. And now, Inusa, you've ended up making me educate these two people for free without collecting school fees.
We love that.
It's good.
This one says, good evening, guys. I always anticipate Sports Zone time.
Hey, I want one for you.
Okay.
Salma. What's the twin name for Salma? The other twin.
Huh?
Salma.
Salma?
Yes.
Somebody's asking who?
Somebody's asking that if Fusaina and Asana, Salma and what?
Salamatu.
He's found it! He's found it! No!
But that mean name. That mean name, sir. That mean name.
Yeah, this one from Pelo. He said Fusaina and Asana. And then Salma and Salamatu.
Yes. No, I said that. Don't mean him the oil. I know what he's doing. To have given it, he should collect.
Great Salah.
Josiah from Bande says, I always anticipate Sports Zone time. Let me start by greeting all Madrid fans. Congrats on the 15th. We, the Madridistas, will no go forgive Man City and Bayern. Now Dortmund, we go give. Them two go collect. Fen, you guys are superb. Thank you very much. From Bande, that's Karim's village.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sweet Karim.
I wish this show is on DSTV as well. It is. This channel is on DSTV. Joy Prime is on DSTV. Okay? DSTV. Channel 2. Yes, 281. As my director screaming the number, the channel name into my ear. Channel 281 on DSTV. You find Joy Prime there. It's right there. I know that off my head. Pamela. How me crowd do? Is there. That is. He says I'm F1. His name is F1 from Fiji. What from Benji. What are you two talking about? You are laughing at me. I'll take a break. When we come back, we'll do more shouts and we will do UEFA Champions League review here as well for you, including all the stories around Mbappe and Real Madrid. We'll be right back. Hey, people are enjoying. Hey, listen, I don't know what to say, man. After that first half, just watching the first half, I thought, finally, Dortmund have Real Madrid's number. They're carving them open for fun. All they just needed to do was put one in the back of the net and another one in the back of the net, 2-0, and maybe they would feel. They don't score, they come in the second half, and we've seen that so many times. How do Real Madrid keep surviving that? And you know one other thing? That first half just reminded me of the Liverpool final from 2022.
Carbon copy. Yeah. Listen, it's Champions League, it's Real Madrid, it happens. And
what happens?
What we saw happens. When you play against, I've said this before, when you play against Real Madrid, it doesn't matter in what competition. Real Madrid now are not all about keeping the ball to themselves and denying you all the opportunities you can have. You will get chances. The question then would be, can you outscore Real Madrid? Will you take your chances? Because they are effective, they are efficient, they take their chances, and they punish mistakes. And that is why you said that we've seen this over and over again. It's not only for a team like Dortmund, whether Man City, whether it's Bayern Munich, whether it's Liverpool, the greatest of teams in the Champions League, some way, somehow, when they don't take these chances against Real Madrid do come back to punish them. Listen, I've always said that there's something about Real Madrid in the Champions League that is inexplicable, but this game could easily be explained a little bit. Because in that first 45 minutes, what Dortmund did caught Madrid off guard. And Madrid were not at the races at the start. Physicality-wise, Dortmund were winning all those 50-50 balls, were physical, they were aggressive, and they set off to press well. And the way they shaped up when they were pressing, though, they got Madrid's midfield into all sorts of trouble because Emre Can and Sabitzer did an incredible job on Cruz and Camavinga. So Madrid's midfield wasn't clicking, it wasn't working. And the wide players also did a great job in the way they were coming short and knowing when to go wide and also to find the balls from Ramos or Schlotterbeck into the space. So the chances were coming at the time Madrid are not settled.
It was almost a perfect first half.
In fact, in the first 15 minutes of the game, Dortmund had Madrid where the manager would have wanted them to be. The difference is they didn't take their chances. Then Carlo reacts. The problem is when Real Madrid do react and they turn the game on its head, many other teams are not able to also adapt quickly enough to cut the danger out. So what Carlo did was to get Vini and Rodrigo to play a bit more wide and get Valverde to go into the midfield a lot more. Then he dropped Toni Kroos into his famous back three system where he's almost at the left back and then there is Fela Medi pushing out the pitch, Camavinga offering a lot of, width, Cavaya, I should say, offering a lot of width as well. And the first goal Real Madrid scored, that is not by an accident. Because that sequence from Cavaya running into the near post, in fact, early on in the second half,
it happened again.
He got there, he got his head onto the ball, he went right over the bar.
Yeah.
Then he scored. Then, after scoring, he had another attempt at the near post.
Same place.
And the goalkeeper, Kobo, saved that one. So people are talking about Real Madrid being lucky. How about Real Madrid preparing for that scenario? Knowing that the way Dortmund defend their near post, they could capitalize. And who did they use? The shortest man in Real Madrid's team.
5'8".
Who wouldn't get all the attention from the Hammer, the Schlotterbecks, the big boys, because all of them were targeting Jude Bellingham, Rudiger, Valverde, and what have you. And he would make the run late. He would start off on the edge of the box. He would make the run late into the near side. Bellingham would go to the far post. And then he ended up getting the opener. Once Real Madrid got that opener, though, it was brilliant. Finally, then, people are blaming Terzic for, the way the game was lost. And then he brought in Marco Reus. Look, I think that at the time he brought on Marco Reus, Real Madrid were dominating Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund couldn't get onto the ball. From the 60th minute mark, it was all Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And Dortmund were packed into their own half. I'm thinking he brings on Reus because he wants somebody who can get onto the ball. At that point, the pace of Adeyemi and Sancho were not working. They were just not working. The time that could have worked, it worked in that first half. And he needed to change something. Unfortunately, once he made that change, 2 minutes after, then the corner kick happens. The goal comes. Not from the start from Reus, but the goal comes from a sequence that was already happening before Reus came onto the pitch. Ian Matson makes a mistake and Vinicius punishes.
Started, Real Madrid completely dominated. In fact, if you are looking at how much goalkeepers were worked. I think over the entire 90 minutes, Kobo made more saves than Courtois even had to make. So, by all means, you get your chances. It's a first half. Every team enters it's a final. Every team enters a final with a certain level of seriousness and preparation. So then your plan will work up to a certain point. It's about capitalizing on the moments. If you're not able to, it's nobody's fault. And it's not like Dortmund played well throughout the entirety of the game and Real Madrid just picked on a few moments. Real Madrid completely dominated that second half. Yeah. And that midfield of Cruz and Camavinga, absolutely sensational in that second half. He did everything he was supposed to do. And you see, when it happens like that and you allow a team like Real Madrid to come into things, they will score. And once they score, it's literally over. The only thing I don't necessarily agree with is a substitution. Up until the time where Royce came on, Madrid were already leading by a goal to nil. No, he came just before. He came just before, then the corner came. At that point in time, I feel Dortmund were struggling to get the ball to the guys to break away. They had Miss Falkirk to hold on to the ball because Madrid had completely dominated their midfield. The person who was, for me, the culprit in that was Brandt. Yeah. I don't think Brandt was intelligent enough in his movement in and around the second phase in terms of Dortmund's at the edge of their
behind Madrid's full line.
Exactly. So he wasn't picking up those loose balls. He wasn't aggressive enough. If you were going to take anybody off, I think Roy should have come in for Brandt. Fair point. Because Royce could have and does that job a bit better on his day. Not take off Adeyemi. Because what that did was, now, when Royce came on, Dortmund now also had to play. And if you have to play, at that point where Cruz is dictating play, look, when Cruz is on his A game, sleep, forget it. And that's where, for me, Dortmund lost. But on a level, quick one, friends, they need to stop giving at least you can split it when it comes to player of the match, player of the tournament. Stop giving 100% to fans because then it will become a popularity contest. Yeah. Camavinga, Charlie, Camavinga.
Man of the match performer. I agree with you on that. Man. He was phenomenal. Listen, they've added Kylian Mbappe, obviously. He's gone there. I think we've had that conversation many times in the past. We will have it again maybe next week, but he signed a 5-year deal.
He has already won the Ballon d'Or.
By going to Real Madrid, right?
Oh, France win the Eurostar.
That's it. Oh, my God. Yeah. So he's joined Real Madrid officially now. Jose Mourinho has also moved to Fenerbahce. Oh. So lots of movements happening. Lots of movements happening in the transfer market. There are reports that Man United, Enzo Maresca has also been confirmed as Chelsea coach.
5 years plus
as
one.
Well, yeah. He even granted an interview today to Chelsea FC. So hopefully we see what becomes of that. But we've officially run out of time. Listen. I said I was going to give shout-outs, and you guys would appreciate that I did. I tried my absolute best to give as many shout-outs as possible, but obviously I couldn't finish them. So maybe next week, now is the off-season, like Sicho says, so we'll have plenty of time on our hands. We'll give more shout-outs.
Come on,
Remember, Sports Zone every Monday night. Repeat on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. on Joy Prime. It's brought to you by Kivo Gary 4-in-1 Mix, Johnny Walker, Samartex Tank, as well as Winner Big. My name is Fentio, here at Fentio, show produced by Benaya. Thank you, Sicho. Thank you, Daniel. We're off.